Philip, Christmas is a very special time of the year. We usually have friends, family, we all gather around the table, we eat well, we drink well. This year, it's slightly different. It'll be just the two of us because of the COVID crisis. But that doesn't mean we won't celebrate. We will. We will dine, we will decorate the house, we will have fun. So join us for our Christmas adventure. Of course, when decorating the house, we collect evergreen, like holly. Holly has a very ancient history. The holly and the ivy. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. It goes back to medieval times, and I'm sure back to pagan times. But we collect it and decorate the home with it. I'm just putting the finishing touches to my banquet. That's my sideboard. In medieval times, it was a bench with snacks. By the 15th century, a banquet was a great feast. But in the 18th century, there was a very refined movement whereby people had their main meal, then they would go to a new dining room, and laid out would be the treasures, the fruits, the sweetmeats, the chocolates, and they would enjoy themselves. So that's what I'm doing for us. If you look, we have beautiful handmade chocolates, we have marzipan, glacéed fruit, we have fruit jellies, which were made from the juice of fruits, figs, mandarins, a mixture of fruit, and wonderful grapes. A very important thing for the food at Christmas is the flavourings for the stuffings, the meats, and the savouries. And we use what is called hard-leaved herbs, like rosemary, sage, thyme. And that's what I'm collecting from the garden now. Rosemary, and I'll collect bay leaves, and some sage, and some thyme. So, and these, wonderful smell. These will go into the food. This is bay, not to be confused with laurel. Laurel is the thing they made crowns for the ancient Romans with on the head. Bay leaf is a beautiful flavour, and I use it not just to flavour soups and meats, but also to make a punch with. I put it in my milk for my bread sauce.
During the period of Advent, that's the period that runs up to Christmas, the baby Jesus will be missing from his manger in our nativity set. On Christmas Eve, he will be placed in the manger and wished a very happy birthday.
Christmas is not just about celebration, it's time for feasting. And so I'm going to prepare some of the food that we will eat over this holiday. Now, because there's only 2 of us, we can't eat a full turkey like this. So this is going to provide several meals over the Christmas holiday. Now I'm going to butcher it. Of course, this little beastie here, the carcass, doesn't go to waste. This we will cut up and put into our stock pot. So I've had a clean up and I've put my carcass into a large stock pan. I'm going to add some other bits and pieces to it. And from that stock, I will make soup, I will make gravies, I will make sauces for the dishes I'm going to prepare over the Christmas period. For tonight, I'm going to prepare a rather sumptuous main course. As I said, a very luxurious dish this. Some black summer truffles. And here we have a beauty. Oh, look at that. And I'm going to cut him into pieces. Smells wonderful. And I'm going to lay the truffle down the center of the foie gras. Here I have my duxelle of mushrooms. It's nice and dry. And I'm going to lay them out on the turkey breast. Season the inside of the turkey with salt and some pepper. Interesting here is I used my cling film to bring this into a tight roll. As you can see, I want this to be really tight. Like a big, fat, tight sausage. This wonderful looking thing here is called a sous vide. Inside this container is water, and this machine here brings the temperature up to 140 degrees and keeps it moving all the time. So, into this bag, which is a sous vide bag, I'm going to put our rolled up turkey, like this, and then I'm going to vacuum it. All the air is being taken out so that the turkey inside will be cooked in a vacuum. And now we take off the lid from this machine here and we bring this into the water, put the lid back on, and we leave that for 3 hours. At this time of year, we have a tradition of singing Christmas songs and Christmas carols. I thought long and hard what to sing for you. This is the one I've chosen.
A ray of hope flickers in the sky. A tiny star lights up way up high. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. A silent wish sails the 7 seas. The winds of change whispers in the trees, and the walls of doubt crumble tossed and torn. This comes to pass when a child is born. A rosy hue settles all around. You've got the feel you're on solid ground. For a spell or two, no one seems forlorn. This comes to pass when a child is born.
And all this happens because the world is waiting for one child. Black, white, yellow, no one knows. But a child that will grow up and turn tears to laughter, hate to love, war to peace, and everyone to everyone's neighbour. And misery and suffering will be the words to be forgotten forever.
It's all a dream, an illusion now. It must come true sometime soon, somehow. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. A ray of hope flickers in the sky. A tiny star lights up way up high. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born.
To all our friends all around the world, in Sri Lanka, Mexico, South America, our dear friends in India, in and around Europe, my one friend in the Philippines, and to all my friends in the UK, I wish you a wonderful Christmas and a peaceful and above all, healthy New Year.